Imagine waking up each day with a sense of calm, knowing that whatever life throws your way, you have the tools to handle it. Picture yourself facing challenges with confidence, no longer overwhelmed by stress or anxiety. You move through your day with purpose, guided by a wisdom that helps you make decisions with clarity and live with peace of mind. What if I told you that this is not just a dream, but something you can achieve by embracing a few simple habits? Life is full of problems. Some are small, like running late for an appointment or dealing with a rude comment. Others are bigger, like losing a job, facing a health crisis, or experiencing a relationship breakdown. These challenges can feel like waves crashing over us, one after another, leaving us struggling to stay afloat. But what if there was a way to calm those waters, to navigate through life with a sense of control and resilience? The truth is, while we can't stop problems from coming our way, we can change how we respond to them, and that makes all the difference. Imagine having a set of tools that help you see problems not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. Tools that allow you to stay calm under pressure, make wise decisions, and keep moving forward no matter what. These tools exist, and they come from the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. Stoicism is a philosophy that has been practiced for thousands of years by people seeking to live better lives. It's not about suppressing your emotions or ignoring your problems. Instead, it's about developing a mindset that empowers you to face life's challenges head-on with courage, clarity, and grace. Consider this. Most of the problems we face aren't really about the situations themselves, but about how we react to them. Stress, anxiety, frustration, and even anger often come not from the events in our lives, but from our thoughts and feelings about those events. By changing how we think and what we focus on, we can change our experience of life itself. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to handle challenges effortlessly, while others crumble under the slightest pressure? It's not that the former have fewer problems. It's that they have learned how to deal with them effectively. They have mastered certain habits that allow them to stay grounded, focused, and resilient, no matter what comes their way. These habits are not difficult to learn, but they do require practice and commitment. They are like seeds that, when planted and nurtured, grow into strong, deep-rooted trees that can withstand even the fiercest storms. And the best part? These habits are within everyone's reach, regardless of age, background, or circumstances. Now, think about the challenges you face in your own life. Maybe you're dealing with stress at work, struggling to balance your personal and professional life, or facing uncertainties about the future. Perhaps you're dealing with difficult people, or you're simply feeling overwhelmed by the pace of modern life. Whatever your situation, these habits can help you find the clarity and strength you need to navigate through it. Imagine starting your day with a clear mind, reflecting on what's truly important and letting go of unnecessary worries. You focus on what you can control, not wasting energy on things beyond your reach. You embrace discomfort, knowing that it builds your resilience and prepares you for bigger challenges. You cultivate gratitude, appreciating the present moment and finding joy in the simple things. You live according to your values, making decisions that align with your true self, and you detach from outcomes, trusting that you've done your best. You accept change as a natural part of life, developing patience and endurance to face adversity with grace. And finally, you speak and act with mindfulness, avoiding misunderstandings and building strong, positive relationships. These habits aren't just abstract concepts. They are practical, actionable steps you can take to improve your life. They are like a compass that guides you through the ups and downs, helping you stay on course even when the path gets tough. They empower you to face challenges with a calm mind and a strong heart, to see problems not as setbacks, but as opportunities for growth. Imagine how different your life could be if you embraced these habits. Instead of reacting impulsively to stress, you take a step back, breathe, and respond thoughtfully. Instead of getting caught up in things you can't control, you focus on what you can change and let go of the rest. Instead of avoiding discomfort, you face it head-on, knowing that it makes you stronger. Instead of taking things for granted, you practice gratitude and find peace in the present moment. Instead of being swayed by others' opinions or external pressures, you live according to your own values. Instead of being attached to specific outcomes, you do your best and trust the process. Instead of resisting change, you embrace it, knowing that it's a natural part of life. And instead of speaking or acting without thinking, you choose your words and actions carefully, building trust and understanding in your relationships. These habits are like a shield that protects you from the chaos of the world. They help you maintain your inner peace, no matter what's happening around you. They give you the strength to keep moving forward, even when the path is difficult. And they allow you to live a life that is not just about surviving, but thriving, a life that is rich in meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. So, how do you start? How do you begin to cultivate these habits and make them a part of your daily life? The journey begins with a single step, the decision to commit to your growth and well-being. It's about taking small, consistent actions every day, knowing that each step brings you closer to the life you want to live. You don't have to do it all at once. Start with one habit, practice it until it becomes second nature, and then move on to the next. Over time, you'll find that these habits become a part of who you are, shaping your thoughts, actions, and experiences in profound ways. Remember, life will always have its challenges, but with the right habits, you can face them with confidence and ease. You have the power to transform your life, to turn problems into possibilities, and to live with a sense of calm and clarity that few ever achieve. It all begins with embracing these simple yet powerful habits. Are you ready to take that first step? To start living a life that is not just free from problems, but filled with purpose and peace? The journey is yours to begin, and the rewards are beyond measure. Imagine ending each day not with the weight of unresolved worries, but with a sense of peace, clarity, and understanding. Picture yourself reflecting on your actions, your thoughts, and your emotions, and discovering insights that guide you toward a better tomorrow. This is the power of daily reflection, a habit that can unlock the answers to many of life's challenges. It's a simple practice, yet profoundly transformative. Let's explore how this habit can become your key to a life of greater wisdom, peace, and personal growth. Daily reflection is like looking into a mirror for your mind and soul. It's about pausing, taking a deep breath, and asking yourself, what did I learn today? How did I handle the situations that came my way? Where can I grow? These questions might seem small, but they have the potential to create significant shifts in your life. Reflection gives you the opportunity to learn from your experiences, both good and bad. It helps you understand your reactions, recognize patterns in your behavior, and make conscious decisions about how you want to live. When you start this practice, you might find it challenging at first. It's not always easy to face yourself honestly, especially when it comes to admitting mistakes or acknowledging areas where you could improve. But this honesty is where true growth begins. By being willing to look at yourself without judgment, you can start to see where your strengths lie and where you might be holding yourself back. Self-examination doesn't just help you understand your actions, it also helps you understand your emotions. Often, we go through life reacting to situations without really understanding why we feel the way we do. Daily reflection allows you to dig deeper into your emotions, to ask yourself, why did I feel angry in that moment? What triggered my anxiety? How can I handle my emotions better next time? By understanding the root causes of your emotions, you gain the power to manage them more effectively. Instead of being controlled by your feelings, you learn to respond to them in a way that aligns with your values and goals. Another benefit of daily reflection is that it helps you stay connected to your values. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters to you. Reflection gives you the space to reconnect with your core beliefs and principles. It's a time to ask yourself, am I living in alignment with my values? Are my actions reflecting the kind of person I want to be? When you regularly take the time to check in with yourself, you're more likely to stay on track and live a life that feels authentic and meaningful. Daily reflection also enhances your problem-solving skills. When you take the time to review your day, you can identify challenges that came up and consider how you handled them. You might ask yourself, did I approach this situation in the best possible way? What could I do differently next time? This kind of reflective thinking helps you learn from your experiences, so you're better prepared to handle similar situations in the future. It's like building a mental toolkit of strategies and insights that you can draw on whenever you face a new challenge. Furthermore, daily reflection fosters a sense of gratitude and contentment. As you reflect on your day, you start to notice the small victories and positive moments that might have otherwise gone unnoticed. You begin to appreciate the simple things: a kind word from a colleague, a moment of peace during your commute, the satisfaction of completing a task. These reflections help you cultivate a mindset of gratitude, which can greatly enhance your overall well-being. When you focus on what went well rather than what went wrong, you start to see your life in a more positive light. One of the most profound aspects of daily reflection is its ability to bring clarity and direction to your life. When you regularly take the time to reflect, you begin to see patterns in your behavior and choices. You start to understand what motivates you, what drains your energy, and what brings you joy. This self-awareness is incredibly powerful. It helps you make decisions that are aligned with your true desires and goals. Instead of drifting through life, reacting to whatever comes your way, you become intentional about the direction you're heading in. You start to live with purpose, making choices that move you closer to the life you want to create. Daily reflection also plays a crucial role in improving your relationships. By taking the time to think about your interactions with others, you can identify areas where you might have reacted poorly or where you could have communicated more effectively. This kind of self-examination helps you develop greater empathy and understanding toward others. It encourages you to consider how your actions and words impact those around you, leading to more harmonious and fulfilling relationships. As you continue to practice daily reflection, you may also notice a shift in how you handle adversity. Life is full of challenges, and it's easy to get overwhelmed when things don't go as planned. But through reflection, you learn to see these challenges from a different perspective. Instead of viewing them as insurmountable obstacles, you start to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. You ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I grow stronger because of it? This mindset shift helps you approach difficulties with a sense of resilience and optimism, knowing that each challenge is an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. Moreover, daily reflection nurtures a deep sense of inner peace. When you take the time to reflect on your day, you give yourself the chance to process your thoughts and emotions rather than letting them build up inside you. This practice helps you release any tension or negativity you may be holding on to, allowing you to end your day with a clear and calm mind. It's like hitting the reset button each evening so you can start the next day with a fresh perspective and renewed energy. Another important aspect of daily reflection is its role in helping you develop self-compassion. We all have moments where we fall short of our expectations or make mistakes. Through reflection, you can acknowledge these moments without harsh self-criticism. Instead of beating yourself up, you can approach your shortcomings with kindness and understanding. You ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I do better next time? This attitude of self-compassion is essential for personal growth because it allows you to learn from your mistakes without being weighed down by them. Incorporating daily reflection into your life doesn't require a lot of time or complicated rituals. It can be as simple as spending a few minutes each evening reviewing your day, perhaps writing in a journal, or simply sitting quietly with your thoughts. The key is consistency, making reflection a regular part of your routine. Over time, you'll find that this small investment of time pays off in big ways, helping you navigate life's challenges with greater wisdom, peace, and resilience. As you make daily reflection a habit, you'll likely find that it starts to influence other areas of your life as well. You might become more mindful in your actions, more intentional in your choices, and more present in your interactions with others. Reflection has a ripple effect, creating positive changes that extend far beyond the few minutes you spend each day looking inward. Ultimately, the practice of daily reflection is about building a deeper connection with yourself. It's about understanding who you are, what you want, and how you can grow. It's a journey of self-discovery that leads to greater self-awareness, personal growth, and inner peace. And as you continue on this journey, you'll find that many of life's challenges become more manageable, not because the challenges have changed, but because you have. So, as you move forward, consider making daily reflection a part of your life. Embrace the opportunity to look inward, to learn from your experiences, and to grow into the person you want to be. The answers to many of life's challenges are already within you. You just need to take the time to discover them. Through daily reflection, you can unlock the wisdom and strength that lie within, guiding you toward a life of greater clarity, peace, and fulfillment. As you reflect on your day, recognizing the lessons learned and the emotions felt, a natural question arises. How can you take this newfound self-awareness and use it to navigate life with greater ease and effectiveness? The answer lies in mastering the art of focusing on what you can control. This Stoic habit, simple in concept yet profound in its impact, is the key to unlocking a life of mental clarity and peace. It's about shifting your energy away from the things that drain you and directing it toward the actions and thoughts that truly matter. Imagine the power of letting go of the things that cause you stress, knowing that they are beyond your control, and instead channeling your focus into what you can influence. This shift in perspective has the potential to transform your life in ways you might never have imagined. At the heart of this practice is the understanding that much of what happens in life is beyond our control. The weather, other people's actions, the economy, even our own health to some extent. These are things we can't dictate. Yet, we often find ourselves consumed with worry, frustration, or anger about these very things. This misplaced focus not only drains our energy, but also clouds our judgment and diminishes our ability to respond effectively to the challenges we face. By contrast, when we focus on what we can control, our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we reclaim our power and bring clarity to our minds. Imagine being caught in a heavy rainstorm. You can't control the weather, but you can control how you respond to it. Do you curse the sky and get soaked in misery, or do you find shelter, enjoy the sound of the rain, and perhaps even take the opportunity to reflect or read a book? This simple scenario illustrates a profound truth. Our peace of mind is not determined by external events, but by how we choose to perceive and respond to them. This concept is central to Stoicism and is reflected in the teachings of the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By internalizing this wisdom, you can begin to shift your focus away from external circumstances and toward the inner world where your true power lies. This shift doesn't mean ignoring or denying the difficulties you face. Rather, it's about approaching them with a mindset that prioritizes what you can actually influence. Consider the common experience of dealing with other people's behavior. Perhaps a colleague is difficult to work with, or a loved one has a habit that frustrates you. It's easy to get caught up in wishing they would change, spending your mental and emotional energy on something that's outside your control. But the Stoic approach invites you to shift your focus inward. Instead of trying to change the other person, which is beyond your power, you focus on changing your response to them. You ask yourself, how can I communicate more effectively? How can I set boundaries or manage my expectations? How can I cultivate patience or compassion in this situation? By focusing on what you can control, you not only improve your own well-being, but also create a more positive dynamic in your relationships. This approach also applies to larger, more abstract challenges, such as the state of the world. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by global issues like climate change, economic instability, or social injustice. While these issues are undeniably important, they are also largely beyond the control of any one individual. However, you can focus on the small, concrete actions that you can take: recycling, supporting ethical companies, voting, or volunteering. By concentrating on these actions, you contribute to positive change in a way that's within your reach, without becoming paralyzed by the magnitude of the problem. Focusing on what you can control also fosters resilience. When you're faced with a difficult situation, such as a job loss or a health crisis, it's natural to feel disoriented and anxious. But by narrowing your focus to what you can control, you regain a sense of agency. You can't control whether you get that job, but you can control how you prepare for the interview, how you follow up, and how you manage your emotions in the process. You can't control the course of an illness, but you can control how you take care of yourself, how you seek out treatment, and how you maintain your mental and emotional health. This mindset doesn't just help you survive tough times, it helps you thrive by turning adversity into an opportunity for growth. In everyday life, this practice can be applied in countless ways. For example, when driving in traffic, you can't control the flow of cars or the actions of other drivers, but you can control your own driving habits, your patience, and your choice of route. When working on a team project, you can't control your colleagues' contributions, but you can control the quality of your own work, your communication, and your willingness to collaborate. When dealing with a financial setback, you can't control the market or the economy, but you can control your spending, your saving habits, and your financial planning. This approach also extends to your inner world, particularly your thoughts and emotions. While you can't always control your initial emotional reactions, you can control how you choose to engage with those emotions. For instance, if you feel anger rising within you, the Stoic practice of focusing on what you can control would encourage you to pause, acknowledge the emotion without judgment, and then decide how you want to respond. Do you want to lash out, or do you want to take a deep breath and address the situation calmly? This ability to choose your response is one of the most powerful aspects of Stoic wisdom. By focusing on what you can control, you also cultivate a greater sense of inner peace. Much of the stress and anxiety we experience comes from worrying about things that are beyond our control. When you let go of these worries and focus instead on what you can influence, you free yourself from a significant source of mental and emotional strain. This doesn't mean you stop caring about the world or about others. Rather, it means you care in a way that is constructive and empowering rather than draining and futile. This practice of focusing on what you can control is also deeply connected to the Stoic concept of virtue. In Stoicism, virtue is the highest good, and it is defined by our ability to live in accordance with reason, wisdom, and moral principles. By focusing on what you can control, you are better able to align your actions with your values and principles rather than being swayed by external circumstances. For example, if honesty is a virtue you value, then regardless of whether others are honest with you, you focus on maintaining your own integrity. If kindness is important to you, then even if others are unkind, you choose to respond with compassion. This alignment with virtue not only brings clarity and peace to your life, but also strengthens your character. Another important aspect of this practice is its impact on decision-making. When you focus on what you can control, you are able to make decisions more effectively and with greater confidence. You're not paralyzed by the fear of uncertainty or the need to control every outcome. Instead, you focus on making the best decision you can with the information and resources available to you. This clarity allows you to move forward with a sense of purpose and direction rather than getting stuck in indecision or regret. The practice of focusing on what you can control also enhances your relationships with others. When you stop trying to control or change the people around you, you free yourself and them from unnecessary conflict and tension. Instead of imposing your expectations on others, you focus on how you can contribute positively to the relationship, how you can communicate your needs and boundaries, and how you can respond with understanding and empathy. This shift in focus fosters mutual respect and cooperation, leading to healthier and more fulfilling relationships. In addition to its practical benefits, this Stoic habit also has a profound spiritual dimension. By focusing on what you can control, you cultivate a sense of humility and acceptance. You recognize that you are not the master of the universe and that many things in life are beyond your control. This recognition doesn't lead to passivity or resignation. Rather, it leads to a deeper appreciation for the things you can influence and a greater sense of gratitude for the present moment. You learn to trust in the natural flow of life, knowing that while you can't control everything, you can control how you engage with the world. One way to deepen your practice of focusing on what you can control is by regularly reminding yourself of the Stoic dichotomy of control. This principle, central to Stoic philosophy, divides all things into two categories: those that are within our control and those that are not. The things within our control include our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. The things outside our control include everything else, such as the actions of others, external events, and the outcomes of our efforts. By keeping this dichotomy in mind, you can more easily discern where to direct your energy and attention. A practical exercise to reinforce this habit is to create a daily or weekly checklist where you consciously separate the things that are within your control from those that are not. For example, if you're facing a challenging situation at work, you might list the aspects of the situation that you can control, such as your work ethic, your communication, and your attitude, and those that you cannot, such as your boss's decisions, the company's policies, or the economy. This exercise helps you clarify where to focus your efforts and reminds you to let go of the things that are beyond your control. Another way to cultivate this habit is through mindfulness meditation. During mindfulness practice, you learn to observe your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. This skill is invaluable when it comes to focusing on what you can control. By becoming more aware of your mental and emotional patterns, you can more easily distinguish between the thoughts and actions that are within your control and those that are not. This mindfulness allows you to respond to situations with greater clarity and intention rather than reacting impulsively or getting lost in worry. It's also helpful to surround yourself with reminders of this Stoic principle. You might keep a quote from Epictetus or Marcus Aurelius in a place where you'll see it every day, such as your desk or your mirror. These reminders serve as touchstones, helping you stay grounded in the practice of focusing on what you can control, especially in moments of stress or uncertainty. The Stoic habit of focusing on what you can control is a powerful tool for living a life of clarity, peace, and purpose. By shifting your focus away from external circumstances and toward your own thoughts, actions, and attitudes, you reclaim your power and bring greater wisdom to your decisions. This practice not only helps you navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace, but also fosters a deeper sense of inner peace and fulfillment. As you continue to cultivate this habit, you'll find that you are better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way, with the confidence and clarity that comes from knowing you are in control of the most important thing of all, yourself. As we delve deeper into the Stoic path, it becomes evident that resilience is not merely about surviving challenges, but thriving through them. What if, instead of avoiding discomfort, you embraced it willingly, recognizing it as a powerful tool for growth? Imagine the strength you could cultivate by intentionally stepping into difficult situations, not out of necessity, but out of a desire to forge a stronger, more resilient self. This practice, though daunting, is a cornerstone of Stoic wisdom, embracing voluntary discomfort to build unshakable resilience. Continuing from the idea of focusing on what you can control, the practice of embracing voluntary discomfort takes this concept further by challenging you to seek out the very situations that test your limits. It's about turning discomfort into an opportunity for growth, rather than something to shy away from. By choosing to face discomfort head-on, you train your mind and body to endure hardships with greater ease, thereby expanding your capacity for resilience. Voluntary discomfort is a practice deeply embedded in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that to be truly prepared for life's inevitable hardships, one must regularly step outside the boundaries of comfort. This wasn't about masochism or unnecessary suffering. Rather, it was about developing a mindset that could remain steady and composed, regardless of external circumstances. The Stoic philosopher Seneca, for instance, would periodically live without luxuries, practicing frugality and simplicity, to remind himself that true happiness doesn't depend on external comforts, but on inner strength. Consider how this principle applies in daily life. Perhaps you start by challenging yourself with physical discomfort, waking up earlier than usual, engaging in strenuous exercise, or fasting. These acts, though seemingly small, build mental toughness. Each time you willingly step into discomfort, you reinforce the belief that you can handle more than you initially thought. This gradual exposure strengthens your resilience, making it easier to face larger, unforeseen challenges when they arise. But the scope of voluntary discomfort extends beyond physical challenges. Emotional and psychological discomforts are equally important arenas for growth. Imagine confronting a fear you've long avoided, perhaps speaking in public, having a difficult conversation, or stepping into an unfamiliar social situation. These experiences, while uncomfortable, are profound opportunities to expand your resilience. By repeatedly engaging with what makes you uneasy, you diminish the power these fears hold over you. You learn to navigate them with a calm, steady hand, realizing that discomfort is often temporary and far less daunting than it appears. Through the consistent practice of voluntary discomfort, your comfort zone begins to expand. What once seemed intimidating gradually becomes manageable and even familiar. This process not only increases your resilience, but also opens new avenues for personal and professional growth. You find yourself more willing to take risks, pursue new opportunities, and challenge yourself in ways that were previously unimaginable. This willingness to embrace the unknown is a key component of a resilient mindset. It's what allows you to adapt and thrive in a constantly changing world. Moreover, embracing voluntary discomfort fosters a deep sense of gratitude. When you intentionally expose yourself to discomfort, you gain a heightened appreciation for the comforts of everyday life. For instance, after spending a night camping in harsh conditions, the warmth and softness of your own bed take on new significance. This perspective shift enhances your overall well-being as you begin to see the blessings in the things you once took for granted. Gratitude, in turn, fuels resilience, providing you with a positive outlook that helps you weather life's storms. This practice also instills a sense of humility. Voluntarily choosing discomfort reminds you of your own limitations and vulnerabilities, which can be humbling. However, this humility is not about feeling small or inadequate. It's about recognizing your human capacity to endure and overcome. Each time you willingly face discomfort, you build confidence in your ability to navigate life's challenges. You become more grounded, more self-assured, knowing that you have the strength to withstand adversity. One of the most significant benefits of embracing voluntary discomfort is that it prepares you for the unexpected. Life is unpredictable, and despite your best efforts, you will inevitably encounter situations that are beyond your control. By regularly stepping into discomfort, you build a psychological buffer that allows you to handle these situations with greater composure. You're less likely to be thrown off course by unexpected challenges because you've trained yourself to remain calm and resilient, even in the face of uncertainty. Imagine, for example, that you've practiced fasting as a form of voluntary discomfort. If you were ever in a situation where food was scarce, you would be better equipped to handle it without panic or distress. You've already proven to yourself that you can endure hunger and discomfort, so when real hardship strikes, you approach it with confidence rather than fear. This preparedness extends to all areas of life, making you more adaptable and resilient in the face of any challenge. Embracing voluntary discomfort also enhances your willpower. Each time you choose to endure discomfort, you strengthen your ability to resist temptations and distractions. This is similar to exercising a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Over time, you find that your willpower extends to other areas of your life as well. You're better able to stick to your goals, make disciplined decisions, and prioritize long-term benefits over short-term comfort. This increased willpower is a key component of resilience, as it enables you to stay focused and committed, even when the going gets tough. Another aspect of this practice is its ability to cultivate mental toughness. Mental toughness is the capacity to remain focused and determined in the face of adversity, and it's a critical skill for navigating life's challenges. By regularly exposing yourself to discomfort, you build mental toughness in a controlled environment. This toughness then translates into greater resilience in real-world situations. You become less easily shaken by setbacks and more determined to push through obstacles, knowing that discomfort is temporary and that you have the strength to endure it. In addition to building mental toughness, voluntary discomfort fosters a deep sense of inner peace. When you willingly choose discomfort, you take control of your experience rather than being at the mercy of external circumstances. This sense of control brings with it a profound sense of peace and calm. You're no longer afraid of discomfort because you've proven to yourself that you can handle it. This inner peace allows you to move through life with greater confidence and serenity, knowing that you can face whatever challenges come your way. Voluntary discomfort also deepens your sense of purpose. When you willingly endure discomfort for the sake of personal growth, you align your actions with your higher goals and values. This alignment brings a sense of meaning and fulfillment to your life, as you're no longer driven solely by the pursuit of comfort or pleasure. Instead, you're motivated by a desire to become the best version of yourself, to live a life of integrity, and to contribute to the greater good. This sense of purpose is a powerful source of resilience, as it gives you the strength to persevere through difficult times. This sense of purpose also extends to your relationships. When you embrace discomfort, you become more empathetic and compassionate toward others. You're more willing to step outside your comfort zone to help someone in need, to support a friend through a difficult time, or to stand up for what you believe in, even when it's uncomfortable. This willingness to endure discomfort for the sake of others strengthens your connections and deepens your relationships, bringing more meaning and fulfillment to your life. As you continue to practice embracing voluntary discomfort, you may also find that it enhances your creativity and problem-solving abilities. When you're comfortable, your mind tends to settle into familiar patterns and routines. But when you're uncomfortable, your mind is forced to think outside the box, to find new solutions and approaches. This discomfort stimulates your creativity and encourages you to see challenges from different perspectives. Over time, this creative problem-solving becomes second nature, helping you navigate life's challenges with greater ease and innovation. Incorporating voluntary discomfort into your daily life doesn't have to be extreme or overwhelming. It can start with small, manageable challenges that gradually build your resilience and strength. For example, you might choose to take a cold shower each morning, to walk or bike to work instead of driving, or to spend a day fasting from food or technology. These small acts of discomfort may seem insignificant, but they add up over time, creating a powerful foundation of resilience and mental toughness. Another way to embrace voluntary discomfort is by setting goals that push you beyond your current limits. Whether it's a physical challenge like running a marathon, a mental challenge like learning a new skill, or an emotional challenge like facing a fear, these goals force you to step outside your comfort zone and grow. Each time you achieve a goal that once seemed daunting, you build confidence and resilience, proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. It's also important to recognize that the discomfort you choose to embrace should be meaningful and aligned with your values. This isn't about seeking out discomfort for the sake of discomfort. It's about choosing challenges that contribute to your personal growth and well-being. When the discomfort you face is connected to your higher purpose, it becomes a source of strength and motivation rather than a burden. As you practice embracing voluntary discomfort, you'll likely notice a shift in how you perceive challenges and setbacks. Instead of seeing them as obstacles to be avoided, you'll begin to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. This shift in mindset is incredibly empowering, as it allows you to approach life's difficulties with a sense of curiosity and determination, rather than fear or resistance. Over time, you may also find that your tolerance for discomfort increases. What once seemed unbearable becomes manageable, and what once seemed challenging becomes routine. This expanded tolerance not only builds your resilience, but also opens up new possibilities and opportunities in your life. You're no longer limited by what's comfortable or familiar. Instead, you're willing to explore new paths, take on new challenges, and embrace the unknown. In conclusion, the practice of embracing voluntary discomfort is a powerful tool for building resilience, mental toughness, and inner strength. By willingly stepping into discomfort, you prepare yourself to face life's challenges with greater confidence and composure. This practice not only enhances your ability to endure adversity, but also fosters a deeper sense of purpose, gratitude, and fulfillment. As you continue to embrace discomfort in meaningful and intentional ways, you'll discover that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined, and that true growth and strength lie just beyond the boundaries of your comfort zone. And as you move forward on this journey, You may notice that the challenges you once feared no longer hold the same power over you. Instead, you approach them with a calm, collected mindset, knowing that each step outside your comfort zone is a step toward a more resilient, empowered self. This resilience, built through the embrace of discomfort, becomes the foundation upon which you can cultivate even deeper Stoic habits, such as gratitude, which transforms how you experience every moment of life. By learning to appreciate both the comfort and discomfort in your life, you unlock a new level of inner peace and contentment. As you've journeyed through the practice of embracing voluntary discomfort, you've likely found that challenges, once daunting, have become pathways to growth and resilience. But there's another layer to this transformation, one that deepens your experience of life and enriches your emotional landscape. Imagine if, beyond just enduring challenges, you could find joy and contentment in every moment, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. What if the key to a richer, more fulfilling life lies in something as simple yet profound as cultivating gratitude? This powerful Stoic habit of appreciating the present moment can transform how you view your daily experiences, bringing a sense of peace and fulfillment that endures through all of life's ups and downs. Transitioning from the strength built through voluntary discomfort, the practice of gratitude brings a new dimension to resilience. Where discomfort teaches you endurance and mental fortitude, gratitude invites you to shift your focus to the abundance that already exists in your life. It's not about ignoring the challenges or pretending they don't exist. Rather, it's about balancing your perspective, recognizing that even in the midst of struggle, there are always things to be thankful for. This shift in focus can be incredibly powerful, changing not just how you perceive your circumstances, but also how you engage with the world around you. Gratitude in Stoic philosophy is not merely about saying thank you when things go your way. It's about cultivating a deep, ongoing awareness of the good that is present in every situation, even in adversity. The Stoics believed that by focusing on what you have rather than what you lack, you develop a mindset that is resilient, peaceful, and content. This doesn't mean denying the difficulties you face, but rather acknowledging them while also recognizing the positives that coexist with those challenges. Imagine starting each day with a simple practice of reflecting on the things you are grateful for. It could be something as basic as the warmth of your bed, the breath in your lungs, or the support of loved ones. By beginning your day with gratitude, you set a tone of appreciation that can carry you through whatever the day brings. This practice helps you to center your mind on the present moment, reducing anxiety about the future or regret about the past. You become more grounded, more connected to the here and now, and more aware of the richness that life offers, even in its simplest forms. One of the profound effects of cultivating gratitude is that it transforms your perspective on adversity. When you are focused on what you're grateful for, even the challenges you face can be seen in a new light. Perhaps a difficult situation at work teaches you patience or helps you develop new skills. Maybe a disagreement with a friend brings to light something important about your relationship, giving you a chance to grow closer. Gratitude allows you to see the hidden benefits in life's difficulties, turning potential sources of stress into opportunities for growth. Gratitude also strengthens your relationships with others. When you regularly express appreciation for the people in your life, you reinforce the bonds that connect you. Whether it's a simple thank you to a colleague, a heartfelt note to a friend, or a moment of recognition for a loved one, these acts of gratitude build trust, warmth, and mutual respect. Over time, these small expressions of thanks create a network of support that enriches your life and provides a strong foundation during challenging times. The people you show gratitude toward are more likely to feel valued and appreciated, which deepens the connection between you. Moreover, gratitude can be a powerful antidote to negative emotions like envy, resentment, and bitterness. When you focus on what you have, rather than what you lack or what others possess, you cultivate a sense of contentment. Envy, which arises from comparing yourself to others, loses its power when you are deeply appreciative of your own life and the unique gifts it holds. Similarly, resentment and bitterness, which often stem from focusing on perceived injustices or slights, can be transformed through gratitude into understanding and forgiveness. By acknowledging the good in your life, you shift your emotional state from one of lack and discontent to one of abundance and peace. Gratitude also has a profound impact on your mental and physical health. Studies have shown that people who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. This is because gratitude helps to rewire the brain, shifting focus away from negative thoughts and toward positive experiences. The practice of gratitude encourages a more optimistic outlook, which in turn promotes better health, stronger immune function, and increased longevity. When you make gratitude a habit, you are not just improving your mental state, you are also enhancing your overall well-being. Another significant aspect of gratitude is that it helps you to appreciate the impermanence of life. The Stoics often reflected on the transient nature of all things, understanding that everything in life, whether it be material possessions, relationships, or even life itself, is temporary. Gratitude, when combined with this awareness, deepens your appreciation for the present moment. You begin to cherish each experience, knowing that it will not last forever. This awareness can lead to a more fulfilling life, as you make the most of every opportunity, savor every experience, and hold your loved ones a little closer. As you cultivate gratitude, you may also find that it brings a sense of humility. Recognizing the good in your life often means acknowledging that much of it comes from outside yourself, whether it's the support of others, the opportunities you've been given, or the simple pleasures of nature. This realization can foster a sense of humility as you see yourself as part of a larger whole, interconnected with others and the world around you. Humility, in turn, deepens your gratitude, creating a positive feedback loop that enriches your life. In addition to fostering humility, gratitude also cultivates a sense of generosity. When you are aware of the abundance in your own life, you are more likely to share that abundance with others. This might take the form of giving your time, resources, or simply a kind word. Generosity, like gratitude, is a practice that benefits both the giver and the receiver. It strengthens your sense of connection to others and reinforces the idea that you have something valuable to offer. This sense of generosity not only improves your relationships, but also enhances your sense of purpose and fulfillment. Gratitude also helps you to stay grounded in the present moment. Often, we get caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past, which can lead to anxiety and stress. By focusing on what you are grateful for right now, you bring your attention back to the present, where life is actually happening. This shift in focus can reduce anxiety and increase your sense of peace and contentment. When you are fully present, you are better able to appreciate the beauty and richness of life as it unfolds, moment by moment. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate gratitude is through a daily practice of reflection. At the end of each day, take a few moments to think about what you are grateful for. It could be something significant, like a major accomplishment, or a deep connection with someone, or something small, like a delicious meal or a moment of quiet. By making this practice a regular part of your routine, you train your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life, which can help to shift your overall mindset toward one of appreciation and contentment. Another effective method for cultivating gratitude is to express it verbally. Make it a habit to thank the people in your life for the things they do, no matter how small. This not only reinforces your own sense of gratitude, but also strengthens your relationships and creates a positive atmosphere around you. Whether it's a simple thank you to a cashier, a note of appreciation to a friend, or a heartfelt expression of thanks to a loved one, these acts of gratitude have a ripple effect, spreading positivity and goodwill. Gratitude can also be cultivated through mindfulness practices. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment, and when combined with gratitude, it can enhance your awareness of the good things in your life. For example, during a meal, take a moment to savor each bite, appreciating the flavors, textures, and the effort that went into preparing it. As you walk outside, notice the beauty of nature, the colors of the leaves, the sound of the wind, the warmth of the sun. By bringing mindfulness to everyday activities, you deepen your sense of gratitude and enhance your experience of the present moment. As you continue to cultivate gratitude, you may find that it influences other areas of your life as well. You become more patient, more compassionate, and more forgiving, both toward yourself and others. Gratitude helps you to see the bigger picture, to understand that life is a complex tapestry of experiences, both good and bad, and that each thread contributes to the whole. This perspective allows you to approach challenges with a sense of grace and acceptance, knowing that even the difficult moments have something valuable to offer. Gratitude also fosters a sense of resilience. When you are grateful, you are better able to cope with life's challenges because you have a foundation of positivity to draw from. Even when things go wrong, you can find something to appreciate, which helps you to stay grounded and maintain a sense of balance. This resilience is not about denying the difficulties you face, but about recognizing that there is always something to be grateful for, no matter how small. This mindset helps you to keep moving forward, even in the face of adversity. Incorporating gratitude into your life doesn't require grand gestures or significant changes. It's about making small, consistent efforts to focus on the positive aspects of your life. Over time, these small efforts add up, creating a powerful habit that can transform your perspective and enhance your overall well-being. Whether it's through daily reflection, verbal expressions of thanks, or mindfulness practices, cultivating gratitude is a simple yet profound way to enrich your life and build a foundation of contentment and peace. As you continue on your Stoic journey, remember that gratitude is not just a practice, it's a way of being. It's about seeing the world through a lens of appreciation, recognizing the good in every situation, and understanding that even in the midst of challenges, there is always something to be grateful for. By cultivating gratitude, you not only enrich your own life, but also bring positivity and light to those around you. This practice, when combined with the resilience you've built through embracing discomfort, creates a powerful foundation for a life of wisdom, strength, and fulfillment. And as you move forward, carrying with you the lessons of resilience and gratitude, you'll find that these practices naturally lead to an even deeper exploration of Stoic wisdom. Living by virtue, the next step on this journey, offers a way to simplify decision-making and align your actions with your highest values. When you approach life with both resilience and gratitude, you are well prepared to live a life guided by virtue, where every choice you make is rooted in integrity and wisdom. As you immerse yourself in the practice of cultivating gratitude, you begin to see life with a clearer, more appreciative lens. Every moment, even the challenging ones, reveals something to be thankful for. But as you deepen this journey, another powerful aspect of Stoic wisdom begins to emerge, one that ties together your growing sense of resilience and gratitude. Imagine navigating life with unwavering clarity, where each decision you make is guided by a deep commitment to your values. What if the key to a more fulfilling and less complicated life lies in the simple yet profound practice of living by virtue? This Stoic principle doesn't just offer guidance, it provides a clear pathway through the complexities of life, helping you make decisions that are not only easier, but also more aligned with your true self. Continuing from the foundation of gratitude, living by virtue is the natural next step in cultivating a life of purpose and integrity. While gratitude allows you to see the good in every situation, virtue empowers you to act in alignment with your highest values, no matter what challenges you face. This practice of ethical conduct is not about rigid rules or moral perfectionism. Rather, it's about consistently striving to do what is right, even when it's difficult. When your decisions are grounded in virtue, you simplify your life by eliminating the internal conflict and second-guessing that often accompany difficult choices. The concept of virtue in Stoicism is rooted in the belief that living in accordance with nature and reason leads to a good life. Virtue is not just a set of abstract ideals, but a practical guide for everyday living. It encompasses qualities such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, which, when practiced regularly, lead to a life of integrity and fulfillment. These virtues serve as a compass, helping you navigate the often complex and confusing landscape of life with a sense of direction and clarity. Imagine facing a challenging decision at work. Perhaps you are tempted to take a shortcut that would benefit you in the short term, but goes against your principles of honesty and fairness. If you are living by virtue, the choice becomes clear. You know that acting with integrity, even if it means sacrificing immediate gains, is ultimately the right path. This clarity simplifies the decision-making process because you are guided not by external pressures or fleeting desires, but by a deep commitment to your values. The internal peace that comes from knowing you have acted in alignment with your principles is far more rewarding than any temporary advantage gained through compromising your ethics. Living by virtue also enhances your relationships. When your actions are guided by qualities like kindness, fairness, and respect, you naturally cultivate stronger, more meaningful connections with others. People are drawn to those who consistently act with integrity, and these positive relationships, in turn, create a supportive and trustworthy network around you. This sense of trust and mutual respect simplifies your interactions with others because you can approach each relationship with honesty and transparency, free from the complications that arise from deceit or manipulation. Furthermore, living by virtue helps you to maintain a sense of inner peace and stability. When your actions are consistent with your values, you eliminate the internal conflict that comes from acting against your principles. This harmony between your actions and your beliefs creates a solid foundation of self-respect and confidence. You no longer have to wrestle with guilt or regret because you know that you have made decisions that reflect your true self. This inner alignment simplifies your life by freeing you from the mental and emotional turmoil that often accompanies decisions made out of fear, greed, or desire for approval. This practice also has a profound impact on how you handle adversity. When faced with difficult circumstances, the virtues of courage and resilience guide you to respond with strength and dignity rather than despair or anger. Living by virtue doesn't mean you won't encounter challenges, but it does mean that you will face them with a clear and steady mind, knowing that you are guided by principles that transcend the immediate situation. This perspective allows you to approach problems with a sense of purpose and calm, rather than being overwhelmed by them. You understand that by acting virtuously, you are contributing to the greater good, even if the immediate outcome is not what you hoped for. Another significant benefit of living by virtue is the way it influences your long-term goals and aspirations. When your life is guided by virtue, your goals naturally align with your values. This alignment ensures that the pursuit of your goals is not driven by ego, greed, or external validation, but by a genuine desire to live a life of meaning and purpose. This clarity of purpose simplifies your decision-making process because you are not constantly chasing after conflicting desires or shifting priorities. Instead, you are focused on what truly matters, which makes it easier to stay on course and achieve your goals with integrity. Living by virtue also fosters a deep sense of contentment and fulfillment. When your actions are aligned with your values, you experience a sense of satisfaction that is not dependent on external circumstances. This inner fulfillment is a direct result of knowing that you are living authentically and making choices that reflect your true self. Unlike the fleeting pleasure that comes from external achievements or material success, the contentment that arises from living by virtue is enduring and stable. It provides a sense of peace that carries you through the ups and downs of life, making it easier to maintain a positive outlook and a resilient spirit. The practice of virtue also encourages you to take responsibility for your actions and their impact on others. When you are committed to living by virtue, you become more mindful of how your decisions affect the people around you. This awareness leads to greater empathy and compassion as you strive to act in ways that contribute to the well-being of others. By taking responsibility for your actions, you build trust and credibility with those around you, which further simplifies your relationships and interactions. People know they can rely on you to act with integrity, which reduces misunderstandings and conflicts and fosters a sense of harmony in your personal and professional life. Moreover, living by virtue helps you to cultivate resilience in the face of failure or disappointment. When you are guided by virtue, you understand that true success is not measured by external achievements, but by the integrity with which you live your life. This perspective allows you to view setbacks not as personal failures, but as opportunities to learn and grow. You recognize that even when things don't go as planned, you can still act with dignity and grace, and that your character is defined by how you respond to challenges, not by the outcome itself. This mindset strengthens your resilience and helps you to bounce back from adversity with greater determination and purpose. In addition to fostering resilience, living by virtue also promotes a sense of humility. When you are committed to ethical conduct, you are constantly reminded that you are part of a larger whole and that your actions have a ripple effect on the world around you. This awareness encourages you to approach life with humility, recognizing that you are not infallible and that there is always room for growth and improvement. Humility, in turn, deepens your commitment to virtue as you strive to live in a way that contributes to the greater good, rather than seeking to elevate yourself above others. Another important aspect of living by virtue is its ability to simplify your life by reducing the influence of external pressures and distractions. In a world that often values material success, status, and outward appearances, it can be easy to lose sight of what truly matters. However, when you are guided by virtue, you are less likely to be swayed by societal expectations or the opinions of others. Instead, you remain focused on what is genuinely important to you, which reduces the noise and clutter in your life. This clarity of purpose allows you to make decisions with confidence and ease, without being weighed down by the fear of judgment or the need for approval. Living by virtue also enhances your ability to make ethical decisions in complex situations. Life is often full of gray areas, where the right course of action is not immediately clear. However, when you are committed to virtue, you have a set of guiding principles that help you navigate these complexities with integrity. By prioritizing values such as honesty, fairness, and compassion, You are able to make decisions that are not only ethically sound, but also aligned with your true self. This ability to make clear and ethical decisions simplifies your life by reducing the stress and uncertainty that often accompany difficult choices. As you continue to practice living by virtue, you may find that it deepens your sense of purpose and meaning. When your actions are guided by your values, you are no longer just going through the motions of life, but are actively engaged in creating a life that reflects your deepest beliefs and aspirations. This sense of purpose gives your life direction and focus, making it easier to navigate the challenges and uncertainties that arise. You are no longer seeking fulfillment in external achievements or material possessions, but in the knowledge that you are living in accordance with your true self. Incorporating virtue into your daily life doesn't require grand gestures or dramatic changes. It's about making small, consistent efforts to align your actions with your values and to approach each decision with integrity and mindfulness. Over time, these small efforts add up, creating a powerful habit that can transform your life and simplify your decision-making process. Whether it's through practicing honesty in your interactions, showing kindness to others, or acting with courage in the face of adversity, living by virtue is a simple yet profound way to enrich your life and build a foundation of integrity and peace. As you continue on your Stoic journey, remember that living by virtue is not just about following a set of rules, but about cultivating a mindset that prioritizes integrity, wisdom, and compassion in every aspect of your life. By committing to this practice, you simplify your life, reduce internal conflict, and create a sense of inner peace that is both enduring and deeply fulfilling. This practice, when combined with the resilience and gratitude you've already cultivated, creates a powerful foundation for a life of meaning, purpose, and joy. And as you move forward, carrying with you the principles of virtue, you'll find that these practices naturally lead to an even deeper exploration of Stoic wisdom. By detaching from outcomes and focusing on the integrity of your actions, you further refine your ability to live in harmony with your values, ultimately guiding you toward a life of true fulfillment and inner peace. This ability to let go of external results and instead focus on the quality of your actions is the next step in mastering the art of living with virtue, and it holds the key to unlocking even greater clarity and contentment in your life. As you continue to cultivate a life guided by virtue, you may have already felt a sense of clarity and purpose beginning to shape your decisions. Acting in alignment with your deepest values brings a profound sense of peace. But there's another layer to this journey that can take your inner tranquility even further. What if you could navigate life's uncertainties without being consumed by anxiety and stress, regardless of the outcomes? Imagine approaching every challenge, every decision, with a calm mind, free from the fear of failure or the need for external validation. This is the power of detaching from outcomes, a Stoic practice that teaches you to focus on what you can control while letting go of the rest. It's a practice that not only reduces anxiety and stress, but also empowers you to live with greater freedom and peace. As we transition from the commitment to living by virtue, detaching from outcomes becomes a natural extension of this practice. When you are guided by your values, you learn that the true measure of your actions lies in the integrity with which you perform them, not in the results they produce. This understanding allows you to release your grip on the outcomes, recognizing that while you can control your efforts and intentions, the final results are often influenced by factors beyond your control. This detachment doesn't mean you stop caring or striving for excellence. Rather, it means that you learn to accept whatever outcomes arise, knowing that you have done your best. This mindset shift is key to reducing the anxiety and stress that often accompany the pursuit of goals and aspirations. Consider how this principle can transform your approach to work. In a typical work environment, the pressure to meet targets, impress superiors, or achieve certain outcomes can create significant stress. When you are overly attached to these outcomes, you may find yourself constantly anxious, fearing failure or disappointment. However, by adopting a Stoic mindset and detaching from the results, you redirect your focus to the quality of your work and the effort you put in. You begin to measure success not by whether you hit the target, but by whether you acted with integrity, diligence, and dedication. This shift in perspective reduces the pressure and anxiety, allowing you to work more freely and with greater enjoyment. This detachment also applies to personal relationships. Often, we place expectations on others, expectations of how they should behave, how they should respond to us, or how our relationships should unfold. These expectations can lead to disappointment and frustration when they are not met, creating tension and stress. By detaching from these outcomes, you free yourself from the emotional burden of trying to control others. Instead, you focus on being the best version of yourself in the relationship, acting with kindness, honesty, and respect. You let go of the need to control the other person's actions or reactions, which creates a more harmonious and stress-free dynamic. Detaching from outcomes also encourages a greater acceptance of life's inherent uncertainties. The future is unpredictable, and no matter how carefully we plan, there are always elements beyond our control. This uncertainty can be a significant source of anxiety, especially when we are deeply invested in a specific outcome. However, when you practice detachment, you learn to embrace uncertainty as a natural part of life. You focus on what you can control, your actions, your decisions, your mindset, and release your attachment to how things will turn out. This acceptance of uncertainty reduces the fear and anxiety that often accompany the unknown, allowing you to move forward with confidence and peace. Imagine a situation where you are awaiting the results of a job interview. It's natural to feel anxious about the outcome, especially if it's a job you really want. But instead of fixating on whether you will get the job, detachment allows you to focus on what is within your control: how you prepared for the interview, how you presented yourself, and the integrity with which you approached the opportunity. By detaching from the outcome, you reduce the anxiety of waiting and trust that whatever happens, you have done your best. This mindset not only eases your stress, but also empowers you to handle the outcome, whether it's positive or negative, with grace and resilience. Detachment also plays a crucial role in personal growth and self-improvement. When you set goals for yourself, it's easy to become overly focused on the results, whether it's losing weight, achieving a certain level of success, or mastering a new skill. This focus on the outcome can sometimes lead to frustration or discouragement if progress is slow or if the goal feels out of reach. By detaching from the outcome, you shift your focus to the process itself, the daily habits, the small steps, the effort you put in. You begin to appreciate the journey, recognizing that growth happens incrementally and that every effort you make is valuable, regardless of how long it takes to reach the final goal. This approach not only reduces the pressure you place on yourself, but also makes the process more enjoyable and sustainable. Moreover, detachment helps you to build resilience in the face of failure or setbacks. When you are attached to a specific outcome, any deviation from that outcome can feel like a personal failure. This can lead to feelings of disappointment, self-doubt, or even despair. However, when you practice detachment, you learn to view failure as a natural part of the learning process. You understand that the outcome is not a reflection of your worth or abilities, but simply a result influenced by various factors. This perspective allows you to bounce back from setbacks with a positive attitude, seeing each challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow, rather than as a defeat. Detaching from outcomes also enhances your ability to live in the present moment. Often, our minds are preoccupied with future outcomes. What will happen if we succeed or fail? How others will perceive us? What the consequences will be? This constant focus on the future can create significant stress and anxiety, pulling us away from the present moment. By practicing detachment, you free yourself from this future-oriented thinking and bring your attention back to the here and now. You focus on the task at hand, on the effort you are putting in right now, without worrying about what will happen next. This presence of mind not only reduces stress, but also enhances your performance, as you are fully engaged in the moment, rather than being distracted by future concerns. This practice of detachment also fosters a sense of humility. When you let go of the need to control outcomes, you acknowledge that you are not the master of the universe, that there are forces at play beyond your influence. This recognition fosters a sense of humility, as you understand that you are part of a larger whole, and that your role is to do your best, without being attached to how things will turn out. This humility is not about diminishing your efforts or aspirations, but about accepting that there is a limit to what you can control. This acceptance reduces the pressure you place on yourself, allowing you to approach life with a sense of calm and balance. Detachment also encourages a more compassionate and understanding approach to life. When you are not attached to specific outcomes, you become more open to different perspectives and possibilities. You are less likely to judge yourself or others harshly based on the results, and more likely to approach situations with empathy and flexibility. This openness creates a more harmonious environment, both within yourself and in your interactions with others. You learn to appreciate the effort and intention behind actions, rather than just the results, which fosters a deeper connection with yourself and those around you. Another important aspect of detachment is that it helps you to maintain a sense of inner peace and stability, even in the face of external chaos. Life is full of unexpected events. Things don't always go according to plan, and outcomes are often unpredictable. When you are attached to specific outcomes, these unexpected events can throw you off balance, leading to stress, anxiety, or frustration. However, when you practice detachment, you cultivate an inner stability that is not dependent on external circumstances. You learn to remain calm and centered, regardless of what is happening around you. This inner peace allows you to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease and resilience, knowing that your well-being is not tied to any particular outcome. As you continue to practice detachment, you may find that it brings a greater sense of freedom into your life. When you are not tied to specific outcomes, you are free to explore different possibilities, take risks, and pursue your passions without fear of failure or disappointment. This freedom allows you to live more authentically, to follow your own path, and to create a life that is true to your values and desires. Detachment liberates you from the constraints of external expectations and societal pressures, giving you the space to discover what truly matters to you. Incorporating detachment into your daily life doesn't require drastic changes or a complete overhaul of your mindset. It's about making small, consistent efforts to shift your focus from the outcomes to the process, from the external to the internal. Over time, these small shifts add up, creating a powerful habit that can transform your life and reduce the anxiety and stress that often accompany the pursuit of goals and aspirations. Whether it's through mindful reflection, practicing presence, or embracing uncertainty, detachment is a simple yet profound way to cultivate inner peace and resilience. As you continue on your Stoic journey, remember that detachment is not about giving up on your goals or aspirations, but about approaching them with a mindset of acceptance and flexibility. By letting go of your attachment to outcomes, you free yourself from the stress and anxiety that often come with the pursuit of success, and instead, you create space for greater creativity, joy, and fulfillment. This practice, when combined with the virtues you've cultivated, creates a powerful foundation for a life of meaning, purpose, and inner peace. And as you move forward, carrying with you the lessons of detachment, you'll find that these practices naturally lead to an even deeper exploration of Stoic wisdom. Embracing the impermanence of life, the next step on this journey, offers a way to accept change and loss with grace, further refining your ability to live in harmony with the present moment. This understanding of impermanence, when combined with detachment, holds the key to unlocking a life of true serenity and contentment, where you can navigate life's challenges with wisdom and peace. As you've embraced the practice of detaching from outcomes, a sense of freedom begins to emerge. Freedom from the anxiety that often accompanies uncertainty and from the stress of needing to control every detail of your life. But there's another layer to this journey that goes even deeper. What if you could not only detach from specific outcomes, but also fully embrace the transient nature of everything around you? Imagine the peace that could come from accepting that all things, both good and bad, are temporary, that life itself is a continuous flow of change. This understanding, central to Stoic philosophy, teaches us that by embracing impermanence, we can navigate life's inevitable changes with grace and wisdom. It's not about resigning yourself to fate, but about finding strength and serenity in the constant evolution of life. Transitioning from the practice of detachment, embracing impermanence naturally deepens your ability to live with calm and resilience. When you understand that nothing in life is permanent, you begin to see change not as something to fear, but as a fundamental part of existence. This realization can be both liberating and empowering. It encourages you to let go of your attachment to the past, to accept the present as it is, and to face the future with an open heart and mind. Instead of resisting change, you learn to flow with it, knowing that every ending is also a new beginning. Consider how this perspective can transform your experience of loss. Loss is an inevitable part of life, whether it's the loss of a loved one, the end of a relationship, or the closing of a chapter in your life. When you are attached to the idea of permanence, loss can be devastating, leaving you feeling empty and adrift. However, when you embrace impermanence, you come to understand that loss is a natural part of life's cycle. You learn to cherish the time you had, to honor the memories, and to let go with grace. This doesn't mean that you don't feel pain or sadness, but rather that you accept these emotions as part of the process, allowing them to flow through you without overwhelming you. This understanding of impermanence also encourages you to live more fully in the present moment. When you recognize that everything is temporary, you begin to appreciate the beauty and richness of each experience, knowing that it will not last forever. This awareness helps you to savor the good times, to be fully present with the people you love, and to find joy in the simple pleasures of life. Instead of worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, you focus on what is happening right now, making the most of every moment. Moreover, embracing impermanence helps you to navigate the changes and transitions that life inevitably brings. Whether it's a career change, a move to a new city, or the aging process, change can be unsettling, especially when you are attached to the way things were. However, when you accept impermanence as a natural part of life, you become more adaptable and resilient. You understand that change is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. This mindset allows you to approach transitions with a sense of curiosity and openness, rather than resistance or fear. For instance, Think about the process of aging. In a society that often values youth and beauty, aging can be a source of anxiety and discomfort. But when you embrace the impermanence of life, you begin to see aging not as a loss, but as a natural and beautiful part of the human experience. You come to appreciate the wisdom and perspective that come with age, and you learn to let go of the need to cling to youth. This acceptance brings a sense of peace and dignity, allowing you to age gracefully and with gratitude for the life you have lived. Embracing impermanence also fosters a deeper sense of gratitude. When you understand that everything is temporary, you begin to appreciate the people and experiences in your life even more. You realize that nothing is guaranteed, and that each moment is a gift. This awareness encourages you to express your gratitude more freely, to tell the people in your life how much they mean to you, and to make the most of the time you have together. Gratitude, in turn, enhances your overall sense of well-being and contentment, helping you to live a more fulfilled and meaningful life. Another important aspect of embracing impermanence is that it helps you to let go of the need for control. Often, we resist change because we are trying to maintain control over our lives. We want things to stay the same because the familiar feels safe and predictable. However, when you accept that change is inevitable, you learn to let go of this need for control. You understand that life is in a constant state of flux, and that trying to control it is like trying to hold on to water. It's futile and only leads to frustration. Instead, you learn to trust the flow of life, to adapt to changing circumstances, and to find peace in the uncertainty. This ability to let go of control also reduces stress and anxiety. When you are not constantly trying to manage every detail of your life, you free up mental and emotional energy to focus on what truly matters. You become more relaxed and at ease, knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way. This sense of calm allows you to approach challenges with a clear mind and an open heart, making it easier to find solutions and navigate difficult situations. Embracing impermanence also encourages you to live with intention and purpose. When you understand that your time on earth is limited, you become more mindful of how you spend it. You are less likely to waste time on trivial matters or to put off your dreams and goals for another day. Instead, you focus on what is truly important to you, and you make a conscious effort to live in alignment with your values and aspirations. This intentional approach to life not only brings greater fulfillment, but also helps you to create a lasting legacy, one that reflects the person you truly are. Furthermore, the acceptance of impermanence can deepen your spiritual practice. Many spiritual traditions teach that the material world is transient, and that true peace and fulfillment come from recognizing and embracing this impermanence. By understanding that everything in the physical world is temporary, you are encouraged to look beyond the material and to connect with something greater than yourself, whether that's through meditation, prayer, or a sense of connection to the natural world. This spiritual perspective can bring a profound sense of peace and contentment, as you realize that your true essence is not tied to the fleeting experiences of the material world. In addition to fostering spiritual growth, embracing impermanence also enhances your ability to forgive and let go of past grievances. Often, we hold on to anger, resentment, or regret because we are attached to the idea of how things should have been. This attachment can keep us stuck in the past, unable to move forward. However, when you accept that everything is temporary, you begin to see that holding on to these negative emotions only prolongs your suffering. You learn to let go of the past, to forgive yourself and others, and to focus on the present moment. This release of old grievances brings a sense of freedom and lightness, allowing you to move forward with a clear heart and mind. Embracing impermanence also encourages a greater appreciation for the natural world. Nature is a constant reminder of the cycles of life, birth, growth, decay, and renewal. When you observe the changing seasons, the blooming and withering of flowers, or the rise and fall of the tides, you are reminded that all things are in a constant state of change. This awareness can deepen your connection to the natural world and foster a sense of reverence for the beauty and fragility of life. It encourages you to live in harmony with nature, to protect and preserve the environment, and to appreciate the simple wonders of the world around you. As you continue to practice embracing impermanence, you may find that it brings a greater sense of inner peace and contentment. When you are no longer attached to the idea of permanence, you are free to live fully in the present moment, to appreciate the beauty of each experience, and to accept the ebb and flow of life with grace. This mindset allows you to approach life's challenges with a calm and steady heart, knowing that nothing is permanent and that every difficulty is an opportunity for growth and transformation. Incorporating the practice of embracing impermanence into your daily life doesn't require dramatic changes or a complete shift in perspective. It's about making small, consistent efforts to remind yourself that everything is temporary and to approach each day with an open heart and mind. Whether it's through meditation, mindfulness, or simply taking a moment to appreciate the beauty around you, embracing impermanence is a simple yet profound way to cultivate inner peace and resilience. As you continue on your Stoic journey, remember that embracing impermanence is not about giving up or resigning yourself to fate. It's about finding strength and serenity in the constant evolution of life, and about understanding that change is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. By accepting impermanence, you free yourself from the need for control, you deepen your connection to the present moment, and you open yourself up to the endless possibilities that life has to offer. And as you move forward, carrying with you the lessons of impermanence, you'll find that these practices naturally lead to an even deeper exploration of Stoic wisdom. Developing patience and endurance, the next step on this journey, offers a way to navigate life's challenges with calm and resilience, further refining your ability to live in harmony with the world around you. This understanding of patience and endurance, when combined with the acceptance of impermanence, holds the key to unlocking a life of true serenity and fulfillment, where you can navigate life's ups and downs with wisdom and grace. As you embrace the concept of impermanence, recognizing that all things are in a state of constant change, a new layer of understanding begins to unfold. Accepting the transient nature of life brings a sense of peace, but it also raises a profound question. How do you navigate the inevitable hardships that come with this ever-changing existence? What if, in the face of adversity, you could cultivate an inner strength that not only helps you endure, but also allows you to grow through challenges? Developing patience and endurance, as taught by the Stoics, is the key to turning life's difficulties into opportunities for profound growth and resilience. These qualities don't just help you survive tough times, they empower you to thrive amidst them. Transitioning from the acceptance of impermanence, the practice of developing patience and endurance becomes essential for navigating the challenges that life inevitably presents. When you understand that change is constant and that adversity is a natural part of life, patience and endurance become your most reliable allies. These qualities allow you to maintain a steady mind and a calm heart, even when the world around you seems chaotic or overwhelming. Patience gives you the ability to wait out difficult times without becoming consumed by frustration or despair, while endurance provides the strength to keep moving forward, no matter how tough the journey becomes. Consider how patience transforms your experience of waiting. In a fast-paced world where instant gratification is often the norm, waiting can feel like a source of frustration and stress. Whether it's waiting for a promotion at work, the resolution of a conflict, or the achievement of a long-term goal, Impatience can lead to anxiety and discontent. However, when you develop patience, you learn to see waiting as an opportunity rather than a burden. You begin to appreciate the value of time, understanding that some things cannot be rushed and that good things often take time to unfold. This shift in perspective reduces the stress associated with waiting and allows you to approach life's delays with a sense of calm and acceptance. Endurance, on the other hand, is the quality that keeps you moving forward, even when the road is long and difficult. Life is full of challenges that test your resolve, whether it's dealing with a personal loss, facing a health crisis, or working toward a seemingly unreachable goal. In these moments, endurance is what carries you through. It's the ability to persevere, to keep putting one foot in front of the other, even when you feel like giving up. Endurance is not just about physical stamina, it's about mental and emotional resilience. It's about staying committed to your path, no matter how many obstacles you encounter, and trusting that your efforts will eventually bear fruit. The Stoics believed that patience and endurance are not just passive qualities, but active practices that require deliberate cultivation. They taught that by regularly exposing yourself to small discomforts and challenges, you build the resilience needed to endure greater hardships. This could be as simple as practicing delayed gratification, pushing yourself to complete a difficult task, or enduring a temporary inconvenience without complaint. These small acts of patience and endurance strengthen your ability to handle larger challenges with grace and composure. Imagine facing a difficult situation at work. Perhaps you are dealing with a challenging project that seems never-ending, or a colleague who is particularly difficult to work with. In such situations, patience allows you to maintain your focus and composure rather than becoming overwhelmed by frustration or anger. You learn to approach the situation with a long-term perspective, understanding that challenges are a natural part of any process and that with time and effort they can be overcome. Endurance, meanwhile, gives you the strength to keep going, even when the task seems daunting or the outcome uncertain. It's the quality that helps you stay committed to your goals, no matter how difficult the journey may become. This combination of patience and endurance also plays a crucial role in managing stress. When you are faced with a stressful situation, it's easy to become consumed by anxiety, especially if you are focused on immediate results or quick fixes. However, when you cultivate patience, you learn to step back and give yourself the time and space needed to navigate the situation calmly. You understand that stress is often a result of trying to rush through difficulties or avoid discomfort, and that by approaching challenges with patience, you can reduce the intensity of your stress response. Endurance, in turn, helps you to maintain your efforts over time, even when stress is high, ensuring that you remain steady and focused until the situation is resolved. Developing patience and endurance also enhances your relationships with others. In any relationship, whether it's with a partner, friend, family member, or colleague, there will be times of conflict, misunderstanding, or disappointment. Patience allows you to navigate these challenges with understanding and compassion, rather than reacting impulsively out of frustration or anger. You learn to listen more deeply, to give others the benefit of the doubt, and to approach conflicts with a mindset of resolution rather than escalation. Endurance, meanwhile, helps you to stay committed to the relationship, even when it's difficult, knowing that the bonds you share are worth the effort it takes to maintain them. Furthermore, patience and endurance are essential qualities for achieving long-term goals and aspirations. Whether you're working toward a career milestone, pursuing a personal dream, or striving for self-improvement, the path to success is rarely smooth or straightforward. There will be setbacks, delays, and obstacles that test your resolve. In these moments, patience allows you to stay focused on the bigger picture, understanding that progress takes time and that each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. Endurance, on the other hand, gives you the strength to keep going, even when the journey is difficult or the destination seems far away. It's the quality that keeps you moving forward, one step at a time, no matter how long it takes to reach your goal. Patience and endurance also play a key role in personal growth and self-improvement. When you are working to change a habit, develop a new skill, or overcome a personal challenge, it's easy to become discouraged if progress is slow or difficult. However, when you approach these efforts with patience, you learn to appreciate the process of growth rather than becoming fixated on the end result. You understand that meaningful change takes time and that setbacks and difficulties are a natural part of the journey. Endurance, meanwhile, helps you to stay committed to your goals, even when progress is slow or when you face obstacles along the way. It's the quality that helps you to keep moving forward, no matter how many times you stumble or fall. This practice of developing patience and endurance is not just about surviving difficult times, it's about thriving in the face of adversity. When you cultivate these qualities, you develop a mindset that is resilient, adaptable, and unshakable. You learn to approach challenges with a sense of calm and determination, knowing that you have the strength to endure whatever comes your way. This mindset not only helps you to navigate life's difficulties with grace, but it also allows you to emerge from these challenges stronger and more resilient than before. Moreover, patience and endurance are qualities that can be applied to every aspect of your life. Whether it's in your career, your relationships, your personal growth, or your health and well-being, these qualities provide a solid foundation for navigating life's challenges. They help you to stay focused on what truly matters, to maintain your efforts in the face of difficulty, and to approach each day with a sense of purpose and determination. By developing patience and endurance, you build the resilience needed to handle whatever life throws your way, and you create a life that is grounded in strength, stability, and inner peace. Incorporating the practice of patience and endurance into your daily life doesn't require major changes or a complete overhaul of your mindset. It's about making small, consistent efforts to approach challenges with a mindset of calm and determination, and to view difficulties as opportunities for growth rather than as obstacles to be avoided. Whether it's through practicing mindfulness, setting small, achievable goals, or simply taking a moment to breathe and reflect before reacting to a difficult situation, developing patience and endurance is a simple yet powerful way to build resilience and inner strength. As you continue on your Stoic journey, remember that patience and endurance are not just qualities to be developed in times of adversity, but practices to be cultivated every day. By making these qualities a regular part of your life, you build the resilience needed to handle life's challenges with grace and strength, and you create a life that is grounded in purpose, stability, and inner peace. This practice, when combined with the acceptance of impermanence and the detachment from outcomes, creates a powerful foundation for a life of meaning, fulfillment, and true resilience. And as you move forward, carrying with you the lessons of patience and endurance, you'll find that these practices naturally lead to an even deeper exploration of Stoic wisdom. Mindful speech and action, the next step on this journey, offers a way to refine your interactions with the world around you, further enhancing your ability to live in harmony with yourself and others. By developing patience and endurance and combining them with mindful communication, you can create a life that is not only resilient, but also deeply connected and fulfilling. As you cultivate patience and endurance, developing the strength to navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace, another layer of Stoic wisdom becomes essential: the power of mindful speech and action. Imagine how much smoother your relationships and interactions could be if you were able to communicate with clarity and intention, avoiding misunderstandings and conflicts before they arise? What if your words and actions could consistently reflect the calm, composed state of mind you've been working so hard to develop? Stoic discipline in speech and action offers exactly that, a way to bring the inner peace you've cultivated into your external world, ensuring that your interactions with others are as harmonious and effective as possible. Continuing from the foundation of patience and endurance, the practice of mindful speech and action is a natural progression. When you've developed the ability to remain calm and resilient in the face of adversity, the next step is to ensure that this inner composure is reflected in your outward behavior. This involves being intentional with your words and actions, speaking and acting in ways that are aligned with your values and the principles of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics understood that much of the conflict and misunderstanding in life arises from careless or impulsive communication, and they taught that by exercising discipline in speech and action, you can prevent many of these issues from occurring. Consider how mindful speech transforms your interactions with others. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to say things you don't mean, to react with frustration or anger, or to speak without fully considering the impact of your words. These impulsive reactions often lead to misunderstandings, hurt feelings, and conflicts that could have been avoided. However, when you practice mindful speech, you take a step back before responding. You consider your words carefully, ensuring that they are truthful, kind, and necessary. This doesn't mean that you avoid difficult conversations or refrain from speaking your mind, but rather that you do so in a way that is constructive and respectful. By being mindful of what you say and how you say it, you can prevent many misunderstandings and foster clearer, more positive communication. Mindful action, on the other hand, involves being intentional with how you behave and interact with the world around you. Just as impulsive words can lead to conflict, impulsive actions can create unnecessary problems and misunderstandings. Whether it's a quick decision made in anger, a gesture that is misinterpreted, or an action that is taken without considering the consequences, impulsive behavior often leads to regret and complication. By practicing mindful action, you develop the discipline to pause and reflect before you act. You consider the potential outcomes of your actions and ensure that they are aligned with your values and principles. This mindful approach to action not only helps to prevent misunderstandings, but also allows you to live with greater integrity and intention. This practice of mindful speech and action also enhances your relationships with others. When you are careful with your words and deliberate in your actions, you build trust and respect with those around you. People come to see you as someone who is thoughtful, reliable, and considerate, which strengthens your connections and fosters a sense of mutual understanding. This trust and respect, in turn, create a more harmonious and supportive environment, both in your personal relationships and in your professional interactions. By practicing mindful communication, you reduce the likelihood of conflict and misunderstanding, allowing your relationships to flourish. Moreover, mindful speech and action contribute to a sense of inner peace and stability. When you speak and act with intention, you eliminate much of the internal conflict that arises from saying or doing things you later regret. You are less likely to experience guilt, shame, or anxiety about your behavior because you know that you have acted in accordance with your values. This alignment between your words, actions, and beliefs creates a sense of harmony within yourself, allowing you to navigate life with greater ease and confidence. By practicing mindful communication, you not only improve your external relationships, but also enhance your internal well-being. Mindful speech and action are also powerful tools for managing conflict and resolving disagreements. In any disagreement, whether it's with a friend, family member, or colleague, emotions can run high, and it's easy to say or do things that escalate the situation. However, when you approach these situations with mindful communication, you are able to keep the conversation focused on finding a resolution rather than placing blame or proving a point. You listen actively, speak calmly, and act with the intention of understanding and resolving the issue at hand. This mindful approach to conflict not only helps to de-escalate tense situations, but also fosters a sense of respect and collaboration, making it easier to find solutions that are acceptable to all parties involved. This practice also encourages you to be more aware of the impact your words and actions have on others. Often, we speak or act without fully considering how our behavior will be perceived or how it will affect those around us. This lack of awareness can lead to unintended harm, misunderstandings, or strained relationships. By practicing mindful speech and action, you become more attuned to the feelings and perspectives of others, which allows you to communicate in a way that is more empathetic and considerate. This heightened awareness not only improves your relationships, but also helps you to live in a way that is more aligned with the Stoic principles of kindness, compassion, and integrity. Furthermore, mindful communication helps to cultivate patience and understanding in your interactions with others. When you are mindful of your speech and actions, you are less likely to react impulsively to the behavior of others, even when it is frustrating or challenging. Instead, you are able to approach the situation with a sense of calm and composure, allowing you to respond in a way that is constructive rather than reactive. This patient and understanding approach not only helps to prevent misunderstandings, but also fosters a sense of mutual respect and cooperation, making it easier to navigate difficult interactions with grace and poise. Mindful speech and action also play a crucial role in your own personal growth and self-improvement. By being intentional with your words and actions, you create a feedback loop that reinforces positive behavior and discourages negative habits. For example, when you practice mindful speech, you become more aware of the language you use and the tone you take, which helps you to cultivate a more positive and constructive way of communicating. Similarly, when you practice mindful action, you become more aware of the choices you make and the behaviors you engage in, which helps you to develop habits that are more aligned with your values and goals. This ongoing process of self-awareness and intentional behavior allows you to continuously refine and improve yourself, leading to greater personal growth and fulfillment. Moreover, mindful communication enhances your ability to listen and understand others. Often, we are so focused on what we want to say or how we want to respond that we fail to fully listen to the other person. This lack of listening can lead to misunderstandings, missed opportunities for connection, and a breakdown in communication. By practicing mindful listening, you become more present and attentive in your conversations, which allows you to truly hear and understand the other person's perspective. This deeper level of listening not only improves your relationships, but also helps you to communicate in a way that is more effective and meaningful. Mindful speech and action also encourage a sense of humility. When you are mindful of your communication, you are more likely to approach interactions with an open mind and a willingness to learn from others. You become less concerned with being right or asserting your own opinions, and more focused on understanding and connecting with others. This humility not only fosters more meaningful and respectful interactions, but also helps you to grow and evolve as a person. By being open to the perspectives and experiences of others, you expand your own understanding of the world and become more compassionate and empathetic in your interactions. Incorporating the practice of mindful speech and action into your daily life doesn't require a complete overhaul of your communication style. It's about making small, consistent efforts to be more intentional with your words and actions, and to approach each interaction with a mindset of clarity, empathy, and respect. Whether it's through practicing active listening, pausing before you speak, or reflecting on the impact of your actions, mindful communication is a simple yet powerful way to improve your relationships, reduce misunderstandings, and create a more harmonious and fulfilling life. As you continue on your Stoic journey, remember that mindful speech and action are not just practices to be employed in difficult situations, but habits to be cultivated in every interaction. By making these qualities a regular part of your life, you build the foundation for clearer, more effective communication, stronger relationships, and a deeper sense of inner peace and fulfillment. This practice, when combined with the patience and endurance you've developed, creates a powerful framework for living with integrity, purpose, and harmony. As we bring this journey through the Stoic habits to a close, imagine the transformation that awaits when you fully embrace these timeless principles. By practicing daily reflection, you gain the clarity to navigate life's challenges with purpose. By focusing on what you can control, you clear the mental fog that often clouds your decisions. Embracing voluntary discomfort builds the resilience you need to thrive, while cultivating gratitude ensures you find joy in every moment, no matter how small. Living by virtue simplifies your choices, and detaching from outcomes frees you from unnecessary stress and anxiety. By accepting the impermanence of life, you learn to flow with change rather than resist it. Developing patience and endurance arms you with the strength to overcome any adversity. And finally, practicing mindful speech and action ensures that your interactions with others are harmonious and meaningful. These habits are not just abstract ideas, they are practical tools that can reshape your life, helping you solve 95% of the problems you face. As you integrate them into your daily routine, you'll discover a new level of inner peace, strength, and fulfillment. Remember, the journey doesn't end here. It's a continuous process of growth and refinement. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What Stoic habit resonates with you the most? How do you plan to incorporate these lessons into your life? Leave a comment below and let's start a conversation. Your insights could inspire others on their Stoic journey. If you found value in this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more content like this. Together, let's keep building a community dedicated to living with wisdom, strength, and purpose. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.